billions of dollars to ensure Guyanese have adequate housing and safe drinking water in keeping with its manifesto promise. Over 6,000 house lots have been distributed. $13.9 billion spent on infrastructure development in 22 new and existing housing schemes. $2.3 billion for the construction of the Eccles to Mandela Highway, the PPPC government's first year in office, restoring progress and prosperity.
This is the news on top of the hour.
Live from our studio in Georgetown.
Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 FM.
Good evening. Welcome to this evening's newscast on Kaieteur Radio. Kevin Smith here. Let's get to the news in detail. Transparency International Guyana Inc. or TIGI has lambasted head of state President Irfaan Ali over his recent assertion that the administration will rely on ExxonMobil's $50 million fiber optic cable being laid to connect its onshore and offshore activities for real-time information on production. To say there currently exists a plethora of alternatives to independently monitor the operations. TIGI's Alfred Boulay, in a recent public missive, fired back at President Ali's assertion of his administration's transparency in the management of the oil sector. Prefacing his arguments, Boulay in his letter recalled that President Ali said that he does not believe his government has been hiding anything as it relates to the oil and gas sector. And in other news, cops have held a security guard as they investigate a robbery where bandits posing as gold dealers managed to cart off $38 million in cash and $20 million worth of raw gold from a gold trader located in Gordon Street, Kitty. The multi-million-dollar heist took place around 10 hours 5 yesterday. According to police, the name of the gold trader they robbed was Wallison Enterprise. Detectives believe that the robbery was carefully planned. Based on the investigations conducted so far, they learned that a white car had pulled up in front of the building. 3 men emerged from the car and reportedly approached the security guard, where they indicated to him that they came to sell gold. The security personnel allowed them to enter the premises to conduct business. Investigators reported that while in the waiting area, one of the men showed the cashier a parcel of gold that he wanted to sell, and immediately after that they pulled out guns from their waist and ordered her into the office where the gold and money were stored. And moving on, ExxonMobil and its partners Hess Corporation and Sinnock Petroleum Guyana are determined to quickly develop and monetize the oil and gas resources in the Stabroek Block. Its interests in this regard are aligned with the PPPC government, which believes the pursuit of fossil fuel will fast-track the nation's economic growth and development. But there are risks that lie in the pathway of both sides realizing their shared interests. According to Chatham House fellow Dr. Valerie Marcel, Guyana could find itself facing the risks of oil dependence if it goes further into the abyss of fossil fuel development. And I'll just tell you, by the end of 2024, 3 years from now, ExxonMobil Guyana would have already recovered some $227 million worth in deductions for future works. The monies are deducted annually as amortized abandonment costs and fall under the category of recoverable costs by the Stabroek Block operator ESSO. Amortization refers to the systematic repayment of a debt or writing off of an account over the period of years. This payment schedule is documented in a recently published report by Director of Financial Analysis for the Institute for Energy Economics and Financial Analysis, Tom Sanzillo. According to the analysis, even before 2020, ESSO had already deducted $1 million that was raised to $16 million by the end of the year. This year, ESSO, according to Sanzillo, anticipates deducting some $18 million as part of its annual recoverable expenses for abandonment costs. By the end of next year, the company will deduct an additional $32 million, which then doubles in the following year, 2023, to $64 million. And moving on, the Director of Public Prosecution, Shalimar Ali Haq, has discontinued Isaiah Henry's murder charge against Anil Sanchara and Vinod Gopal and has filed a new joint murder charge against the duo. 34-year-old Anil Sanchara and 30-year-old Vinod Gopal were yesterday recharged for the murder of Isaiah and Joel Henry. The new joint charge comes almost 1 month after Magistrate Peter Hugh discharged Isaiah's murder matter against Sanchara and Gopal, citing that there was no admissible evidence of murder established against the two named accused. Attorney at law Dexter Todd, who was representing the two, had argued that the state had not presented evidence of murder against Gopal and Sanchara. And to wrap things up this evening, let's tell you that employees of a mining operation in Blackwater Back Dam, Kaieteur River, Region 7, yesterday found 2 of their colleagues dead in their hammocks. The dead men were identified as Richard Bachan, the general manager of the operation, and Niles, only name given, the security officer. Their remains were found around 6 hours. The workers who found them told police that it appears as if someone had bludgeoned Niles to death while Bachan was probably shot or stabbed. Both men would usually sleep in a watchman's camp located close to the work ground to guard the sluice box and the mining pit. Investigators were told that they were the only ones left in the watchman camp on Wednesday night. And with that, we've come to the end of this evening's newscast. I'm Kevin Smith. Thank you for listening. Coming up next is a short presentation from the publisher of the Kaieteur News, Mr. Glenn Lal, followed by the National Outlook with GHK Lal, and at 19 hours 20 is the Glenn Lal Show. Tell it as it is. Do stay tuned to Kaieteur Radio.